So Grant, from a business perspective, your first lesson of the 3 we're going to cover today.
All right. In essence, just in case you didn't know, Charlie, more is not necessarily better, except if you go to a steak restaurant. So let me lay it down for you.
Oh, even in that, I've had a large, terrible steak.
I've had steaks where I'm like, I just need more of this. Stomach's like, well, you're full. And I'm like, no, I just need more. Just don't stop the gluttony. All right, so let's rewind the clock. Do you remember this year, start of the year, would have been around April, I was moving from Sunshine Coast and made the pilgrimage back down to Melbourne.
I absolutely do.
And I'm sure that you were sitting there going, damn, Grant's got his shit all organised and holy smokes, is he over-delivering on absolutely everything. Never dropping the ball on anything, right?
That's exactly how I remember it.
So what the guy was going through was I had about 6 different businesses that were all slamming me at the same time whilst I was trying to make the pilgrimage of going, Grant, we need your help on this. So, for example, one of them, which is a software company that I had moved to the board from, board to, I should say, still had some projects that they needed me to help them out with. And like, quick, we need your help. I also then had another dental inventory management software that was trying to redefine their business model because they had some restrictions on some suppliers. Grant, we need your help. Quick. And I had equity in other businesses that wanted my opinion around marketing, sales, etc. And then obviously everything that you and I did, such as this podcast editing service, doing some ad servicing, as well as some coaching clients. So I was a bit of a mess on just sequencing and prioritizing. Okay, number 1 key is success, podcast editing, and ads. Everything else in my life can just go to shit. So,
you know, they've got a name for this. They call it second business syndrome.
The shiny objects. Well, it's really interesting. I've spoken to a lot of people around like chasing shiny objects and how like having a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th business is not actually a good thing. Like then at the outset, it seems like you can do it, right? But the problem is when you have businesses that all start becoming successful and they all start having team and they all start having problems at the same time, well, the 2nd, 3rd order consequence is that you just don't have the time to manage it all. And that was where I was. So I always think of it like cupping water in the hands, where it's just like water's going to be filtering through. Like what is the most important things to not slip through the cracks? And so I just prioritized everything. Stopped doing yoga, stopped doing meditation, stopped going to the gym, stopped eating healthy. My wife kind of helped me out on that one. And then just made sure that what you and I were doing was like creme de la creme. And then it got to a point of me going, I can't go on like this. I was just like, something has to change. So I got to Melbourne, started like just settled into absolutely everything. And then I'm like, I just need to do a clearing house on this. So formally moved myself to the boards of 2 of the businesses. So I'm like, hey, I don't answer operational questions. I don't do operational projects. This ain't my cup of tea. This is on you guys to fix. You can call me. You can call my mobile if you need anything, but no. Then I exited 2 businesses. So I actually sold out of my positions on them because I'm just like, I just can't play that game at all. And then you and I had some pretty good conversations most of the year around refining what we were doing as we were trying to figure out sort of where we were going to sort of target a lot of our time and effort, which inadvertently actually helped out as I was going through this carnage, which then, guess what, Charlie? I got to fix my health. I got to fix my eating, my nutrition, and then I actually got better at absolutely everything just because more is not necessarily better.
I love
How's that for a story?
It was. And it's funny, I was even like reminiscing on like that time. And it's all the little things that you really notice in that time. Like I could see you were busy, like really busy.
And how get on a podcast
kind of your Slack messages get shorter, right? Or maybe you put on a few kilos because you weren't going to the gym. No judging.
Eye bags down to like the bottom of my nose. Like it's like, oh.
But yes. I always find this really fascinating. Here's my like experience on the same kind of like realm is like I was really good at convincing myself that, hey, look, there's room in this case for a second business. And like when you're thinking of that or a 3rd or 4th in your case, right? You almost convince yourself that, oh, well, when everything's running perfectly, there is room for it.
Totally.
But it takes no consideration for the idea that it's a changing world, problems come up, environments change. And then this is the one that I still can't work out. Greg, do you find it amazing that all of the businesses seem to want you at once? It's not like one of them has a problem one week and then the second one does. And then the compensation for that is we end up just doing a really poor quality job everywhere in all of it.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours. And it rains, it pours.
Completely.
And you know the thing that frustrated me as well, Charlie? I went into these sort of investments, some of them started quite a few years ago, with my eyes wide open, going, hey, I know that this would be another thing on top. And I've been, I have been a victim of shiny object syndrome because, hey, it's not my fault. I'm a victim. Thank you.
So you didn't say yes to those opportunities.
No, this is the thing. I'm the victim here. They were lions and I was a helpless gazelle. They hunted me down, sunk their teeth into my jugular, and I had no opportunity. I could not escape. So as I was a victim of this, I'm like, I knew, like I've had this lesson learned previously. For some reason, I had to learn the lesson again just because, I don't know, like I thought that I had figured it out. I'm like, well, I'm not like the one running it. And I presented myself as such. I'm like, I'm the one that they just call once a fortnight on a mobile phone for 30 minutes and the silver bullet goes and it's solved. But it's not the case. And so exiting these positions and formally putting myself in board spots that only require my time once a quarter seems to have worked. The last, we'll call it 6 months. I think I've been, on top of it all. I really sort of focused in. Some of the positions are now exiting now. I just think that from a business perspective, this is, unfortunately, I'd had to learn it, but now I'm in a better spot. Hey, fellow business owner, if this topic and value-packed short video has resonated with you at all, and you want to dive deeper into creating wealth inside and outside your business, check out the full episode by clicking the link on your screen or in the description right now.